Okay, awesome. All right, well, my name's Melody Brandon. Some of you might know me. Maybe I'm the one who helped you get started with oils. I know other people on our team. We have a lot of people who share oils, might have invited you to come as well and got you started with oils. Or maybe you're here new and haven't gotten started with oils and you're just a little bit more curious before you jump into oils. You want to know a little bit more about them. So this is a great way to learn about them too. So let's just get started. I'm going to start off with the basics because sometimes people don't even know that. We'll start off with what are essential oils. So what are essential oils is a great question because some people are like, well, why not herbs? Why not other things? What I love about essential oils is they're really potent, they're really pure, and they're very fast acting because they're potent and hopefully pure. With doTERRA as they are, other brands not so much a lot of times, sadly. The essential oil world, they say, is pretty adulterated. About 80% or more essential oils are adulterated with fillers or contaminants and things like that. And there's no regulatory body when it comes to essential oils. So no one like the FDA is checking each bottle. So even if it says 100% pure, on most bottles, it's not true. They could have the fillers, contaminants, and things like that. So, you know, you most likely are here because you got started with doTERRA. doTERRA goes through a slew of tests. You can actually go onto their website, Source to You. I'll type it here in there. It's a really great one if you want to even just learn more about oils in general. But Source to You is a great website because it goes over all the oils in detail and specifically your bottles. So there's a code on the bottom of each bottle. You can see this code right here, and you can type it in to see where your exact oil is sourced from, and then the testing done on it. So that just gives it transparency so you know that what you're using is contaminated, and you can use it on kiddos yourself or take internally and things like that if you choose. So that's a little bit about doTERRA and why. But with oils, basically you get them from things like the rind of a lemon or an orange, or you can take all the peppermint leaves, and basically you're taking them and you're either steam pressing them or cold pressing or steam distilling them. And then you're getting really concentrated amount. So for instance, 1 drop of peppermint is the equivalent of 28 cups of peppermint tea. So we're talking about, you know, peppermint tea people have been using for centuries, right? Or oregano. A lot of people were telling me, yeah, my grandma used to boil oregano leaves, you know, and then we'd be able to smell it, right? Because oregano is like a natural antibiotic, which is awesome. But imagine how much more powerful 1 drop of oregano is when it's in an essential oil form. And they've been around for a long time, but essential oils within like being so pure and so potent and clean haven't been around that long. A lot of times you couldn't take an essential oil internally because there wasn't any regulatory body and we didn't really know what was all in it. But now you can. There are some oils I'll talk about in a second we're definitely not going to take internally. But if you choose to use them internally, I found amazing benefits, and so have many of you if you've already used them. So that's a little bit about what essential oils are. Let's talk about the essential oils and how to use them. So a lot of people that I help get started with are like, I love the oils. I've been using your roller bottles. I found that when I pre-made the roller bottles for people, people use them a lot more. So even though it's more work for me, I started to do that. So I hope you've been enjoying your roller bottles. There's a couple ways to use them. So here you probably got a roller bottle like that. When you want to make your own roller bottles, you'll hear us say 10 ml or 5 ml. Those are just the sizes of the roller bottles. So if you want to go make more roller bottles yourself, which I definitely recommend doing, you can go on Amazon. You can go to websites like Oil Life, you know, Etsy, Amazon, anything like that. They all have roller bottles, Mother's Market. And you can get them in 2 sizes. They're 10 ml size and 5 ml size. So this is just half the size, right, of the large one. So you might have one or the other. But when we're making our essential oils, we're going to dilute them. The reason why we dilute them is a couple reasons. So A, they're really potent, right? And a lot of times we don't need that strong of an oil on us. Sometimes we dilute them because skin sensitivities. Some oils like lavender or frankincense, which you probably have in your kit, are really, really gentle. So in a sense, I could take my lavender bottle and I could 100% put it on me. I'm not gonna get any skin irritations or things like that. Now, other oils in your kit that you might have, like oregano, which I said is the natural antibiotic oil, that one's a hot oil. It is not going to feel great on your skin. So this oil in particular, or like peppermint even, that might be too sensitive to your skin. So when I get people started with oils, always dilute their oils, because I would say in doubt, dilute, because I don't want you to ever get a skin irritation, right? So when you're making your roller bottles, we're going to dilute our essential oils. And I'm going to go over how to do that in a second. So there's a couple things you can dilute your essential oils with. You might have gotten in your kit some coconut oil. So we get fractionated coconut oil. You can see I use a lot of it. So I just got a ketchup jar, a bottle from Target, and I get a big pump one from Amazon. Organic fractionated coconut oil is what I get. Fractionated means it's always going to stay in this liquid form. If you're ever in a pinch and you're like, oh man, I got a sunburn, I'm gonna grab some lavender and peppermint and frankincense, and you're like, I don't have my coconut oil, you could grab anything. Olive oil, your coconut oil that you cook with, anything like that. And you could avocado oil, put it in your hand, put a couple drops, and that's diluted. That's great. You don't have to feel like with your oils, you have to perfectly like measure it out every single time. You don't have to do that. We just give people guidelines and charts for the people that really want them and that feel like more comfortable with them. But a lot of times people are just winging it, and it's absolutely fine. I just always say, why don't you dilute it for most cases, because I wouldn't want you to get a skin irritation. Now, if you do put an oil on your skin and it feels like it's a little bit too sensitive, right? Don't worry. What you're going to do is you're not going to grab water. Water will drive it deeper into your pores, right? So that's what water does. So it'll sting more. What you'd want to do is grab your carrier oil, like your coconut oil or your, argan or sweet almond or whatever carrier oil you have. Put that on there. It'll dilute it more, and it should go away very quickly. Another thing is maybe you're using your oils in like a bathtub. I love doing detox or Epsom salt relaxing baths, but some people put their oil drops straight on top of the water. Then they go stand in the bath and the water directly pushes the oils into their pores. And if you were to put like a hot oil, maybe like a peppermint, it's not going to feel that great, especially if you're like a kid with sensitive skin. So when you're using oils in the bathtub, you want to put the oil in something to dilute it. So you're going to put that oil on the Epsom salt or the baking soda mix. If you're like, oh, I want measurements, go onto our Facebook group, type in Epsom salt bath or detox bath. You'll get tons of recipes. I typically just do about like a half a cup of Epsom salt, a quarter cup of baking soda, and then personal preference for how many oils you add in. Maybe you want to do 5 drops, 2 drops. I tell people you can always add more drops, but you want to add the oil to the Epsom salt mixture. Then you throw it in the tub, let it sit for a second, and then you're good to go. It shouldn't really irritate your skin. So again, we're sort of diluting the oil by doing that, right? The same thing with why we're using the coconut oil, the fractionated coconut oil. So when you're applying the oils to your skin, there's some general ways you can apply them. Anyway, when you put it on your skin, no matter if you put it up here, down here, or on your feet, it's going to get into your bloodstream, which is what we want to happen, right? Oils are great because they're fast acting. Within about 22 minutes or 20 minutes or so, they've reached your brain and gone all throughout your body. So pretty fast acting, which is why we love them, right? We get results. If you want to be a little bit more specific with where you apply the oils, for mood support oils like anxiety, stress, energy, things like that, I personally like temples, behind the ears, the back of the neck is always great, the chest, maybe the inside of the arms is awesome. You have a lot of blood vessels right there. Those are going to be great for any of those kind of things. Also headaches, temples, again, behind the ears, back of the neck, even the top of the forehead. Those are all great places. Now, you don't want to get oils in your eyes, in your ears, or your nose. If you do, again, don't put water on your eye. Put like a carrier oil, like a coconut, or maybe even a milk. We're not going to put oils in our ears, but say if you had an ear infection, you could take your oils and you could add them to a cotton ball and then hold them up to the ear. That's a great place. Or put them around the ear. You could put them on the inside, like right here, but we're not dropping oils down our ear. You don't want to do that with your essential oils. Again, you can put them around, like say you had pink eye, you could put them around. We just don't want to get them in our eye because it's sensitive. Now, believe me, my daughter's gotten oils in her eyes a ton. She's absolutely fine. They just don't feel great. And she takes her milk or coconut oil and is fine. She loves doing her oils herself, and then she forgets that it's on her hands, and then she puts it in her eye. But again, that's just, then we just, put some coconut oil or some milk and she's fine. So that is where you can put some of those mood support oils or headaches or things like that. Now, if you have like a stomach ache, you're going to apply it to your stomach. If you have a muscle pain, you're going to apply it to your muscle. For like general immune support, like, oh, every day I'm doing an immune booster, I like the back of the neck, down the spine, the bottoms of the feet. Those are all great places. Again, could you put it on your arm? Totally. It's still going to get in your bloodstream. Those are some specific spots, though, that are a little bit more beneficial. Down the spine is always great, or the bottoms of the feet. We say for kiddos, the bottoms of the feet is awesome because they're not sensitive at all, basically. So for babies, bottoms of the feet are great because then you can even put a sock on after you put the oil so that they're not going to touch their feet and then get them in their eyes, right? We wouldn't want that to happen for a poor little baby. So putting a little sock on would be great, or the spine, they're not going to really touch back there most likely. So those are some great places to put oils for that. Then if you have hard trouble sleeping, I like up here too so I can smell it, but also the bottom of the big toe is the brain on the Chinese foot chart. That's a great place to localize your oils right there specifically to help you with sleep and things like that. You can even look up the Chinese foot chart and they have like, oh, this part of your foot is the stomach. You can even apply that, especially for like babies are great. And you can look into that more. But again, all the oils are going to get into your bloodstream, get into your body, but specifically, those are some great places. Now, once you apply the oil, if you like the effect of it, you can apply it again. You just diluted it, so we're not worried about like dousing ourselves with oil if you're using it appropriately. I tell people like, we're not going to take the, Tylenol or something and take the whole bottle. Same thing with essential oils. We want to use them appropriately. So when you're using them topically, you're not pouring half the bottle on yourself. So if you're diluting them and you have a sunburn or a fever and you can, put it on again, maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, every 15 to 30 minutes, that's not going to be overwhelming. When we dilute our oils, in a second, I'm going to show you a chart that will give you sort of a range of how many oils to make when you're making a roller bottle. But yeah, for me, when I have a headache, I'm going to apply that often. I'm going to use that roller bottle then to inhale as well. And I might take it internally as well, not in the roller bottle because I'm not going to really take the coconut oil internally, but I'll show you how to use the oils internally in a second. Does anybody have any questions about applying the oils to yourself, with the coconut oil? Does that all make sense? I'm going to click over while I'm waiting for any questions and share my screen real quick. Now, if you got started, most likely you got some sort of ebook or chart or recipe that goes over a guide. So maybe you got this kit and it tells you basically in a nutshell about your oils, right? What you can use them for. You can see a lot of them overlap. So for instance, if you have a headache, peppermint's going to be great. Frankincense is going to be great too. Why? Because it helps with inflammation, which is what a lot of headaches are coming from. And lavender is great too. Anti-inflammation, calming, stress, a lot of things. Again, you have a burn. Lavender is going to be great. Frankincense is going to be great. Peppermint because it's cooling. Maybe you have a boo-boo. We're going to use antifungal, melaleuca, maybe some calming lavender, maybe frankincense. You can see frankincense I put in almost all my blends. It's like the catch-all oil. If you have allergies, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. So you can see a lot of them overlap and work synergistically together, or you can use it by itself. Some of these oils are blends, meaning Digest Zen. There's no plant called Digest Zen, but that oil has, I'll read them all to you. Digest Zen oil is the stomach oil. So it has in there peppermint, which you have as a single oil. So again, say you have stomach pain, you could totally just use peppermint. But Digest Zen does have peppermint plus a couple other oils like ginger, caraway, coriander, tarragon, and fennel. That's a good combo for stomach issues. So that's what a blend is for. So you'll see in doTERRA when you're maybe thinking about getting other oils, doTERRA has more single oils and they have more blend of oils. So I love both because I like mixing both together. You can target certain things, like say if you have a lot of anxiety, they have their new adaptive blend. I love that. It's a great one. But then I also love single oils like copaiba. That's another great oil for anxiety, skin, inflammation, overall health, and things like that. So you can sort of see how you can really use the oils in a lot of different things. We gave you some beginning roller recipes. So here's some diffuser recipes, and you can see we said, okay, I'll talk about the diffuser in a second. We'll stick with roller bottles, but roller bottle recipe. You want to make a roller bottle for allergies. Tells you lavender, lemon, and peppermint. Now out of your kit, you want to make it for anxiety, lavender and frankincense. Now for me, I love that combo, but a lot of other people with severe anxiety, some people say this is their miracle oil combo. Other people are like, oh no, I love balance. I love wild orange. I love copaiba, adaptive, serenity. I like this combo. So if you're really interested in that, particularly anxiety, you could go onto our Facebook group. You can go into the search bar. I'll show you in a second. Type in anxiety. You're going to see a lot of different posts and suggestions. Don't let that overwhelm you. Think about it more as inspiration of different ideas. And if one idea doesn't work good for you combo, don't think, oh, just the oils don't work. It just means that there might be a better combo for your body, because all of our bodies are different. These are great starting bases, but you might need to notch it up and use some different oils. Again, with Get Well, this is a great combo if you're sick, all 5 of these oils together in a roller bottle, right? But you'll see when we post, oh yeah, I love Arbor Vitae, I love copaiba. Don't let that overwhelm you like, oh man, I can't make this Get Well blend. No, this is a great one. Just use these oils. Or maybe you don't have frankincense in your kit. Just use On Guard, wild orange, and tea tree. There's a lot of different ways to use it. These are just some basic combos that we've given you as a starting reference guide. But if you don't have some of them, don't worry, make the blend anyway. Or you can also always go onto the Facebook group and say, I'm making this blend. I don't have wild orange. What's a good alternative? That would be a great question to ask too. So when you're making a roller bottle, you're going to want to dilute it to a certain, I thought I had my dilution chart in here, but I didn't. So I'm going to go over to our Facebook group. This is a great place if you ever need anything. And on our Facebook group, if you're not a part of it, just go to Obsessed with Essentials and then request to be added. Put who enrolled you and we'll get you added. We also have another one that's like a mini class series. It's called, let's see, what was it? Want to Get Obsessed with Essentials. That one is a page where we did like sort of like what I'm doing, but even more in depth over a week period of time. It has lots of info on it. So if you want to go to that one, you can literally just go through all the posts in there. It's an awesome group as well. Okay, but back to this one. When you want to find charts, recipes, more dilution things, you're going to always go to where it says photos. Then you're going to click albums. This is your hub for so much information. And so here you can see ebooks, dilution charts, wellness boxes, LRP, emotions and essential oils, and tons more. So we'll go to dilution charts. You can see there's over 40 different photos. There's a lot of those basic blends, but then there's even more in-depth blends. And then we even have it focused on diffusers, different months, different things like that. So really there's just so much info in here. If you tap on some of these, you're going to see it tells you really easily how to dilute. So if you have that small 5 ml bottle and you want to make it for, say, your 3-year-old, this gives you a range. You're going to use about 1 to 5 drops. This is a conservative range. For instance, if I was making it for a 1-year-old, I personally would use more than 1 drop. I'm just saying I'd probably use 3 to 5 drops easy in mine. My kids have been using oils for a lot, and 1 might not do the trick. But if you're just starting with oils, you can cautiously add 1 drop to your bottle and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil, okay? In this 5 ml bottle. If it's a 10 ml bottle, you can do between 1 to 3 drops, right? And that would be good. But if you're not getting the effect you want, you can add in a couple more drops, right? So sometimes start out smaller, apply it, but like for tummy issues, maybe colic or tummy issues, if you're not feeling like the gas is going away on your baby, maybe add in a couple more drops, right? You're gonna get the effect that you want. You could even put some coconut oil in your hand, put 1 drop, rub it on. That would be a little bit more concentrated. That would be a great thing. That might be better, right? And then you can do it a little stronger. But you can see when you go to making the bottles, you can go and up to an adult, you're gonna be using about 20 drops total in your small bottle. So if we go to make our roller bottle, it's literally so simple. My daughter makes these all the time. You go over to whatever recipe you want. Say you wanna make it for anxiety. Here's another recipe for anxiety: lavender, balance, and wild orange. You take these 3 oils and you're gonna roughly divide that into 20 drops. So roughly, I'm gonna do about 7 drops of each oil, right? That's 21 drops. Again, it could be 25, it could be 15, whatever you want. It's not that big of a deal. Put your drops of essential oil in here. Then you're gonna take your carrier oil, like your coconut oil, and fill the rest of the bottle up with this. You're done. So simple, right? So it's gonna help your oils go a lot longer when you dilute it as well. And now you have it on the go. So this is sort of like my medicine cabinet, because when I'm out and about, I don't have all my bottles with me. So I'll make a tummy roller, a headache roller, all the different ones that I think my family uses. Or if you're traveling, maybe a nausea roller or whatever, seasick, whatever you wanna make. And then you have your roller bottles. And then you can apply these as often as you want. Does anybody have any questions on using this? You can see for the 10 ml, basically we're just doubling whatever size. So instead of 20 drops total in the 5 ml for adults, you're gonna be doing about 40 drops. Now, if you want it stronger, make it stronger. If you want it less strong, do less drops. But really, when you go in here, we have so many different ideas on what to do. You can see here's another starter kit idea, and then they give different recipes. So many different recipes to use. Like I said, in the group, it's really great because there's a search bar. So if you type in anxiety, then you're gonna get a lot of other people's opinions on what's helped them with anxiety, which I think is great because everyone's different. My 5-year-old has anxiety and ADHD. What should I do? Look, 21 different comments on what to use. So just scroll through here, figure out what you want to, and then you can see what you can make with the oils that you currently have. And then maybe what you want to do to grow your collection. You might want to say, get cedarwood or vetiver or things like that. Okay, let me stop the share and see if there's any questions. No questions yet. Okay. Hopefully that means I'm making sense. Okay. So I'm going to move on from roller bottles to diffuser. So diffuser, you can use those same combinations that you did with your roller bottle if you like them and take them to the diffuser. So with the diffuser, it's really simple. Most of you got a diffuser in your kit. You're just going to fill it up to water. It can be regular tap water, is actually better than distilled. It's supposed to have better minerals that work with your diffuser. To the red dot, and then you're going to add your drops. Now there's different size diffusers, so there's this size, or let me show you this one. Here's another one from doTERRA, the Volo. This is going to be larger. So depending on the size of your diffuser, the size of your room, and how potent you like it, that's how many drops you're adding. So it's absolutely personal preference. You'll see on the little cards, we give suggestions of like 5 to 10 drops total in here, but you might be like, oh my gosh, my room's so tiny, I'm in a dorm room. If I add in 10 drops, it's like the whole room's covered. Well, you definitely don't need 10 drops. Or if you're in a giant space and you add 10 drops, you might be like, oh my gosh, I can't smell it. You might want to add some more drops. It's again, total personal preference. And the amount of oil doesn't have to be all even. When you make a recipe, it's really personal preference. Maybe you're like, oh, I love mostly balance with a touch of wild orange. Well, awesome. Maybe do 10 drops of balance, 5 drops of wild orange, or however you want. I literally play around with recipes all the time. We have a lot of examples on Facebook or Instagram. But again, make your own up. Really, you can basically you can diffuse any of the oils. The only ones that I'd probably say I personally wouldn't is like Deep Blue. It's more a little bit of a pricey oil. And this one is more for like muscle pain. It does, some people do love the smell. So they're like, oh no, I'm diffusing it. You totally can, but I don't really diffuse Deep Blue. It's probably one of the only oils I'm really not diffusing a lot of times. But most of all the other oils are oregano. I don't really like the smell of oregano, so I'm not gonna diffuse that. If you don't ever like the oil smell of something, but you really want the benefit of it, just add in another oil like a citrus, sort of dumb it down, make it not smell so bad. Like a wild orange or a lemon when you're doing it on a regular oregano blend would be an awesome one to add in, because then it's sort of mask it a little bit or mellow it out. But yeah, the diffuser, literally, when you wake up in the morning, an energy blend, during the day, like a cranky blend, at night, sleep, maybe you have cough, cold, congestion, asthma, headache, so many different ways to use your diffuser. And when you inhale, it goes straight to the brain. That's why we like swapping out things instead of candles, which when you really look at most candles, they're all like, synthetics and chemicals and carcinogens that you're literally inhaling all the time. So swapping it out for a healthier version, like an essential oil, which actually smells amazing and gives health benefits, it's just like a no-brainer in my opinion. And it's way less expensive than a candle, because you're literally using, some of these oils per drop are like 8 cents or 10 cents. And this can run for 4 to 10 hours, right? So you're getting, what candle can run for that long and is, $1 or something. It's just not out there. So using your diffuser over that is just way better. Another thing, if you love taking like a diffuser on the go, you can get these on Amazon. They're called Essential Oil Inhaler. That's all you type in. And what I do is I actually fill these up. This one's empty. It normally has a cotton pad, but I don't know if the cotton's been treated with chemicals or synthetics. So I actually like adding the chunkier size pink Himalayan salt. Get on Amazon. That has great health benefits too. So I just fill it up and then I add my essential oil drops, and that salt holds it so long, like 3-4 months. I add about 20 to 25 drops total. But if you have allergies, headache, anxiety, these are great to send to kids of school or take to work. This is a great way to go on the go. Now you can totally, if you just they say like the poor man's diffuser is literally just to put a couple drops in your hand, rub it together, cup over your face, and inhale for a good minute. That's a great way to get oils into the system. Also, I personally love turning my shower on, then adding a couple drops to the bottom of my shower. Instantly, the whole room smells awesome. That's a great spa effect. If I have this last week, I was like getting congested. I'm still like a little bit tiny, but I didn't want to get a sinus infection. So I got a boiling cup of water. I put it in there once it boiled the water, and then I did what's called a steam mug. I took my oils like peppermint, On Guard, lemon, oregano, all of those, and I added a drop of each of them to that. And then the steam that come up, I would breathe it and I would inhale it, and that was a great way to help prevent a sinus infection. So there's just tons of ways to use the oils. Diffusing is just an awesome way to use it, and you can use it literally throughout the day. Does anybody have any questions on diffusing at all? No? Okay, the next way to use your oils is internally. Now, when I first got started with oils 7 years ago, they were really more brand new. doTERRA, I think, was only 3 years old then. There was just so much misinformation, and I didn't know, like, oh, should I take it internally? Is it okay? I heard so many different things that I didn't for basically the first year, I think, because I wanted to really know what I was doing. And then I actually got pretty sick to where I was like, oh man, either I'm going to go for that antibiotic, which now I know about antibiotics and I really don't want to have to use them if I don't have to, or these oils, the topical is great, but I need a booster. And so like, I'm going to take them internally. I was blown away. They worked so fast and so well. And ever since then, 6 years now, I take my oils internally. I absolutely love them. I take them for pain, inflammation, my headaches that I used to get chronically before I started oils. I literally, not that I don't ever get headaches, I do, but they've gone down at least 95%. So I'm using oils like frankincense. I typically try to do frankincense or copaiba internally on a daily basis. I love turmeric. I don't love the smell of it. So I actually love that doTERRA has soft gels. And so that's one cool thing. You can take your oils internally. When we talk about internal use, we always say take very little to start. If you've never taken essential oils, take it with food, and then just know the difference between a hot oil and a not a hot oil. So like I said, oregano is probably going to be the hottest oil that you have in your basic kit. That one, I personally am never just going to take it internally. Now, one lady when I taught a class once is like, oh, I love oregano. Whenever I get sick, I just put a couple drops and take it. And I'm like, ooh, really? Like, doesn't that burn your mouth? I'm like, well, what brand are you using? And she's like, oh, I just get it from, Whole Foods or whatever. And I'm like, well, if you get a kit tonight, don't try doing what that did from doTERRA, because I'm pretty sure that one had fillers in it that you had, and was not straight oregano oil, because this one's going to burn. She's like, oh, no, it's probably fine. It's probably fine. So she got her kit. she did that and she's like, it burned my mouth off. So it definitely had fillers and contaminants. And she learned that, yeah, most likely you're not going to want to add oregano. Now, some people who can handle it do like a little immunity shot glass and might put like their Manuka honey and their apple cider vinegar and do a shot of oregano. Just realize that it's going to be burning a little bit, but some people like that. So everyone each their own. But for most of the time, if you want to take oils internally that are hot or you don't like the taste, doTERRA sells veggie caps. That's what it's called, veggie cap. And they're the cheapest actually on there than I think even Amazon. And they are clear like this. You can open them up and you can add your oil drops to them. So I would recommend starting with like 1, 2, or 3 drops at the most total. Some people do take more than that, but again, when you're first starting, definitely less is more. And you definitely never need to do like tons of essential oils. They're very potent, like we said. That's irresponsible. A little bit goes a long way. And take food with them as well, most likely. And then I always tell people drink a lot of water. You should always be drinking water, but especially with the oils, you want to be drinking water. So if you say got sick, which I did this last week, I got my capsule. I added my On Guard and my oregano to it. You could even add in your lemon. I normally love the taste of lemon, so I personally add the lemon oil straight to my water. You can add it to sparkling water. People do cocktails. You can add it to honey and tea, all sorts of things. I put it in my water. You just want to make sure that it's in a stainless steel or a glass cup. You don't want to use plastics. It actually can break down the plastics and styrofoam. So literally you close that and you just take it like a pill. If you're like, oh my gosh, I love my pills, I want to make a bunch of them in advance. You can, but you do need to keep them in the refrigerator. Otherwise the oils will eat away at the plastic, not plastic, but you know, the veggie cap itself. And then you'd store them in the refrigerator. Some people find that if you have a really sensitive stomach, they like adding MCT oil and then the oil drop to it. Again, I've never done that. I haven't needed to, but if you have a sensitive stomach extra, and mine's actually pretty sensitive and I'm fine with it, you could add MCT as well to it if you want. Okay. But what I love and swear by too is their pre-made capsules. So doTERRA has an entire line of capsules. The ones that, well, to be honest, I use like basically all of them. Where's my, I ran out of, I think the On Guard ones are in my bedroom because I literally was taking those all the time last week. But On Guard Soft Gel Plus, the best thing ever. It's On Guard, oregano, black pepper, and melissa all together in a gel cap for you. It's basically like a natural antibiotic. I swear by them. I absolutely love them. If I feel anything coming on, I'm taking like 1 to 2 of those, and then I do my elderberry syrup, my high doses of vitamin C. You can roll your oils on, and 95% of the time, I never get anything. I absolutely love it. If I do get sick, then I take those. It cuts down the severity and the duration of it a ton, and I love those. So yes, you could get those oils and make your own. Melissa is one of the most expensive essential oils, so that's why I absolutely love the On Guard soft gels. Now they have an On Guard beadlet. Don't get that confused. A beadlet is actually only a third of drop of oil per little tiny beadlet. I love them as well, but those don't have oregano, melissa, or black pepper in them. It's just a little tiny beadlet. Those are great for kiddos like 6 or older. If you want to put a beadlet on honey, they can take those for a little internal support. I don't really give young kiddos oils internally at a young age, but my daughter is like 7 now, and she actually learned to take pills. So if she's sick, I will give her an On Guard soft gel. And when she was younger, I gave her the beadlets on the oil when she was sick. So again, personal preference on that. That's just what I do. Copaiba, a great daily oil. This is one of doTERRA's top doctors. He recommends this oil along with frankincense on a daily basis. So I take these a lot of times. Inflammation, overall health, anxiety, stress, everything. Copaiba is a powerhouse. If you deal with sleep issues a lot, Serenity is awesome. So if you're looking to add to your collection and you don't sleep great, and maybe you got my teacher rollers, you're like, I love your sleep roller. Serenity's in there, Vetiver, Wild Orange, and Balance. Those are some, where did I put the oil? I tried to pull out the ones that I want to show you guys. Oh yeah. So here's Serenity. I love that. It's not the same as the soft gel. This is just, they're 2 different things, just the same name. This actually has other herbs like L-theanine, lemon balm, passion flower. I love it. It's so great. I'll take 1 to 2 of these 30 minutes before I go to sleep. If you have anxiety, you can try a couple different combos. You can take these together. They will not make you sleepy. It just shuts down the brain from like going overdrive. Or what our newest product was for anxiety is Adaptive. These are game changers as well. I love, love, love these. So many different options. If you're wanting more specific information, oh, I know you wish you had them in Canada. We're hoping that they come out in Canada soon as well because they are awesome. But if you need any specific info on any topics, you can let us know, and we can always, if it's me or someone else in the group, we'll tag you in some more posts. But I'm just like sort of trying to give you guys a little bit of a broad range. Now, if you deal with pain, inflammation, arthritis, things like that, turmeric, and overall health, if you've read anything about turmeric, amazing. They have a turmeric oil. I love it. Love these more. These are way better in my opinion. You have the turmeric powder and the oil all in one capsule. These I take every single day. I absolutely love these. Inflammation in my body is something that I struggle with, and all my natural doctors have told me that and always wanted me to take turmeric. This combo is the best that I found. I love it. No other company has the oil and the powder, which do two different things completely combined together. So these I love. I was out of them for 2 days, and I just got them in the mail today, and I'm so stoked. Okay. They have one for allergies. They have one for detoxing. They have one for stomach issues. They just came out with their new peppermint ones, time release, so it actually gets to part of your stomach that really needs it, like IBS, chronic stomach issues. And then we do have things like vitamins. Our vitamin pack, if you are looking for a real foundational game changer for your health, our Lifelong Vitality Vitamin Pack, if you want more info on it, we have so many testimonials from our group alone of people that are like, game changers. I didn't believe it, to be honest. When I first got started with oils, even when I was doing the business in the beginning, I did not get on the vitamin pack. I was like, come on, who needs a vitamin pack? I don't want to do a vitamin pack. And then my best friend who was using them too was like, oh my gosh, these vitamins are a game changer. If I don't take them for a day or two, I notice a difference. I'm like, come on, really? And then I tried them, fell in love with them as well. And then I was just so curious. So I love hearing from other people. And they're a game changer. They're actually a money back guarantee, which is pretty crazy. You can try them, use the whole thing. If you don't fall in love with them, send them back within 30 days. You get all of your money back. So I tell people definitely worth try to see if it's a game changer for you as well. But if you go on to our Facebook group and type in LLV or Lifelong Vitality Vitamin Pack, you're going to get tons of information on there about it. You can decide for yourself if it's the perfect fit. And then for me, I have stomach issues. Terrazyme digestive enzymes, my absolute other favorite product. I literally always, if I'm traveling nowadays, I do not travel without my Terrazyme, my turmeric, typically my Copaiba. Those are some of the three that I have to be traveling with. Otherwise, it's not good for me. So yeah, so those are a little bit of a broad range. I went a little bit all over the place with internal, but you can see how doTERRA has their oils in a lot of different products. So we don't just have essential oils. We have the supplements. We actually have tons of great cleaning products and things like that. So depending on what topics you guys are interested in, I sort of went over the basics of diffusing, internal use, your roller bottles. I want to show you a little bit more about the Facebook group and where some more resources are, because I know everyone just wants to feel like they have everything at their fingertips. So we try to update that. If you don't have a Facebook group or a Facebook account, we do have a fake Facebook group login, and we can give that to you too so that you can log in when you want to. So if you go back to, again, photos, and then you click albums, you're going to find where our ebooks are. This is another game changer if you want quick information on the topic you want. So say you want to go green cleaning. This ebook is awesome. It goes over everything green cleaning wise. You just click on the link, it pulls it all up for you. Great things in that. Say if you want to learn about babies, we have one there. If you want to learn about a 30-day change, like the vitamin pack goes in here. This is a great overall one. It's a ton of DIY recipes. We just did a new winter wellness one. This is a game changer one. I love this one. We went over all the new products for doTERRA this year. So if you're interested in like that adaptive line, or a lot of you told me when I talked to people like skincare, our Yarrow Palm is amazing. You can go on my Instagram and look at the before and afters of people, the testimonials. It's also in our new Lightning Glow, not new because we did it last year, our Lightning Glow protocol. I'm going to be announcing that this week. We're going to start it up. But this, along with a couple other oils, help with the metabolism, hormonal health. A lot of people were getting weight loss stories from it, skincare. So there's a lot of things out there depending on what you're looking for. But the Lighten and Glow is what we're going to be starting soon. We talk about how to detox, how to cleanse, how to get a foundational health and things like that. So there's ebooks for you. And then if you're looking for certain topics, to click on and really be like, oh man, I want essential oils for pets, right? Now, I'm not your knowledgeable pet person, but we have someone who is. So she has a whole pet wellness box that goes over her top wellness picks. She has more pets than anyone and is really, really knowledgeable. So she goes over each oil, how to use it. Then there's, oops, sorry, Mom, we're going to decline. Always forget how to not have that happen when you're in the middle of a webinar. Okay, and then she gives recipes too. So the same thing, if you're like, oh my goodness, sleep, stress, and anxiety, you're gonna click on here, and then it sort of goes over in a nutshell the products. Now, I haven't added the adaptive to this one. So if you're like, oh man, sleep, stress, and anxiety, just realize that adaptive came after this, so it's not added on there. But on here, we make it really easy. We put testimonials just so you can hear from other people. We give you the recipes and a how-to guide on how to use this protocol. And then if you go in the comment section, I actually have a mini YouTube video where I walk you through this exact wellness box. So that's why I really like the wellness boxes, because if you're wanting to do kiddos, we walk you through kiddos. If you want favorite things, easy swaps, this is a really popular one for people, easy swaps for a healthier life. We walk you through this and we go over all the details. And then, like I said, you go and you'll get a YouTube video all on it just from me walking you through it and the guidelines on everything. So yeah, all the wellness boxes are in here. And this is a great resource. And then I always like to tell people a little bit more about the membership. So when you are a member of doTERRA, you get a wholesale membership, right? You get 25% off of everything for the entire year, which is so awesome. It will not auto charge renew you, which a lot of people love. I totally agree. I hate when companies do that. So at the end of the year, if you go to order again after your year, it will just charge you when you want to order. It'll be, there for you when you go to checkout, $25 renewal charge, but they send you a free bottle of peppermint, which is like $21. So it's really only $4 a year to keep your membership. So that's really awesome, I think, in my opinion. So that's about the membership. It gets you 25% off. I'll show you how to log in and things like that. But what most of our customers like is opting in to our extra savings program. It's sort of like a monthly wellness box. It's called the Loyalty Rewards Program, or LRP. It sort of goes along with those wellness boxes. I tell a lot of my customers, why don't you pick some wellness boxes that you want to do? If you're one of my customers and you just got started, typically I always give a little extra freebie if you get a wellness box or you do a comparable size order for your first couple months. So you can just let me know what that is. I send out a little extra free gift and things like that. But with the LRP program, you get extra things for free, which everyone loves. So for example, if you spend over 50 points worth, then you are actually going to get 10 to 30% back on your order. So you're already getting 25% off, right? Everyone gets wholesale. Then say you spend 100 points worth, you're going to get, when you first start, 10% back. So $10 equivalent. That's going to go to a part of your website where it just gets housed all of your points, and you can use them for the next year, up to the next year, to cash them out for free products. When you go along with the program, the more months you spend 50 PV or more, it's going to go up in notches. So you'll go from 10% to 15%, to 20, 25, and then it caps at 30%. So for me, since I've been doing it a while, now on any order I do that's over 50 PV, I get 30% back on top of my already 25% off back in free product points. And then any order I ever do, even if it's under 50 PV, say on some months you're like, man, tight budget, whatever, I'm just gonna get one thing, like lemon oil, $10, right? You still get all of your shipping costs back in free product points. So it's sort of like an Amazon Prime now. So for me, I'm like, I absolutely wanna swap over stuff in my life, even when I wasn't doing the business, for healthier. So I was like, I wanna get their hand soap. I wanna try out their face wash. I wanna get a $5 hand sanitizer, or get the Breathe Vapor Rub stick instead of Vicks Vapor Rub. This, or instead of a Neosporin, I'll get Correct X. So you don't have to spend a ton every month to stay in the program. You just have to get one item per month. You get to choose it. You can change every single month. It reminds you 3 days before your order. Oh, what do you want in your monthly wellness box, your LRP? And you can go in and change it to whatever you want. But on those months that you spend 50 PV or more, it's going to help you go up in that sliding scale. And then once you get to 30%, you're stuck there, which is awesome. And then I tell my customers, hey, if for whatever reason the program's not for you, you can cancel it at any time. Just use up all your free points before you cancel, and you just stay with your 25% off your regular wholesale membership. So there's really no worry in starting it, like you're roped into something. It's very easy to cancel it and stay at your 25% off. But for almost all of my customers, they're like, why not? I want those free extra points because they add up. Like at one point, I think I had like $300 in free points, and I got to go on and buy all the extra expensive oils. And I was like, I didn't know I was going to buy it up, and now I can get you, and now I can get that. So that's a great way to get those more pricey oils just by sort of swapping out things in your house, right? A mouthwash, toothpaste, things that you would have been buying at Amazon or Target anyway. Now you can buy them from doTERRA at a way cheaper cost with healthier ingredients, and you're getting extra savings. So that's why most of us prefer to do the LRP, or Loyalty Rewards Program. If you have any questions on it, you can ask away in here, and I can answer them for you. Or we also have this right here, LRP details. You can click on this, and this little infograph sort of explains to you the LRP, like, let me move this. How does it work? Can I update my order? Can I do more than one LRP? What does PV mean? So PV is our point system. Most all of our oils, it's the same dollar for point. So if it's a $10 oil, it's 10 PV. But some of them, they're a little bit more pricey, or maybe it's our skincare. They differ a little bit. So they always do things by PV. So you'll see that. I just want to show you what it looked like on my ordering thing so you can sort of see. Let's see. Okay. So on my account, when I go to shop, you're just going to log in. And then it's going to ask you, do you want to do an LRP order or a one-time order? So when you pick an LRP order, you actually, like, I have one that's set. I already did mine for this month, so now it's set for the next month. I can always go in and change the date. So here's my LRP. This month I got Motivate for energy, Clary Calm for hormones, Copaiba because I use it in so many different blends. I ran out of tea tree. I wanted more of the adaptive capsules. So you can see I spent over 125 PV. doTERRA has an additional promo. If you spend over 125 PV, you get their free oil of the month. So this month, it's an exclusive. I put it out here to show you guys, but of course now I lost it probably. Oh, here it is. This is a new oil. It's called, I'm going to butcher the name, but Hinakoi. It's like a woodsy smell. I love it. I got this for free just for doing my 125 PV before the 15th. I also got my shipping cost back and my 30% back in product points. So you can see it really starts to add up. You can see all your points are housed right here. So 553 points that I can buy with stuff is awesome, right? And then if I want to use it, I just click use points, and then this X's out and I get it for free. So it's really easy to use up your points and things like that. Let me see. And you can change it. If you ever want to change the date, you just click the calendar, you pick a new date. If you ever say, oh, my order's scheduled for the 15th, but I don't want to wait that long, you just click proceed to checkout, and it'll process same day for you. So you don't have to wait until that day that you picked when you first started your LRP. You can change it to whatever you want. But yeah, it's really awesome. You get tons of points. So really that's like $553 in oils that I can cash out whenever I want for things. And then you can even add in other people's shipping addresses if, say, like your aunt really wanted to order off your account or things like that, or put in a different credit card. So it's pretty flexible, and most of my customers like ordering on that. And like I said, if you're a new customer of mine and it's your first couple months, I always do a free little promo gift or whatever for that. So yeah, so that is about the LRP. Let me see if anyone has any questions. Anybody have any questions about the LRP at all, or does that make sense? Yeah? Okay, well, it's almost the hour mark. I want to keep it under an hour. Does anybody have any questions on any specific topics that you guys want to learn on? Skincare, anxiety, stress, digestive issues, anything like that? I know you just saw that there's a ton of ebooks, so if you just want to look at those on your own time, great. But if you had any specific questions for me, I wanted to make sure and answer that. Or if you had any basic questions about your kits or anything, ask away, and then I can answer those for you. If you are loving the oils, and you're like, I can't stop blabbing about them to people, we do also have a business group where we teach people to share oils with others and earn income and things like that. So that is something that we can share more with you. We have a business opportunity video. I clearly never thought I would do the business. I had my own bakery, but I fell in love with it and haven't looked back. It's absolutely amazing. So we can do that and send that to you. Let's see, someone said, you missing Terrazyme. Yes, so Terrazyme is our digestive enzyme. So what a digestive enzyme does is you actually take it with your meals most of the time, and it breaks down the food in your stomach for you, so you get less gas, bloating, constipation, diarrhea, things like that. Then it also helps you absorb more of the nutrients that are in the food that you're actually eating. It's also great for any kind of skin issue. If you have skin issues, typically that means you have issues in your gut. So that means you want to start with probiotics and you want to do digestive enzymes, right? So I take the digestive enzymes. I try to do it with most of my meals. If I don't remember, sometimes if my stomach's been fine for a while, I don't need to take it as much. I tend to have more gut issues because when I was 21 and didn't know about oils, I went on antibiotics 3 times in a year and got IBS from it. So I've always had a sensitive stomach since then. And then I got a stomach parasite, again, before I got into oils, from a Hawaiian barbecue when I was in Hawaii. And that was crazy, another story. So ever since then, I've had a lot of gut issues. So these for me are game changers. If you want to give them to kiddos, you can open up the capsule and put it in with like oatmeal. So if your kid has eczema or things like that, these are awesome for that. Love, love, love digestive enzymes. You can take 1 to 2 with each meal. And then sometimes your body gives a different effect if you take them at night on an empty stomach and then go to bed. So you can try that as well, see what works for you. But I take these as sort of like a daily supplement because, again, my stomach's a little bit more sensitive. So yeah, that's why I love these. The other product that they just came out with was the peppermint. These capsules are cool because they're called enteric, I believe is how you pronounce it, coated capsules. These capsules, unlike a lot of the other capsules, which open up at different parts of your gut, these ones go to the exact part of your intestines that they need to for specific things like gut issues, IBS, and things like that. So you're going to get a little bit more targeted effect with this kind of peppermint rather than just adding, say, like peppermint to a water or peppermint to your veggie cap. This one is a better option. They just came out with this. They're amazing. So these are awesome for gut health. And then I love doTERRA's probiotic too. Oh, look, I'm empty. You can tell I'm like been going through my stuff right and left. I need to reorder. Our probiotics are double encapsulated because a lot of times most probiotics dissolve before it gets to the part of your stomach it really needs to. So they dissolve and then they have a second capsule that goes to the part that it really needs to get to your stomach. So that's why I really love doTERRA supplements. The vitamin pack is amazing. If you need energy, all sorts of things. A lot of people love it as a prenatal too. So much good info. A lot of the ebooks talk about all 3 of these products as well. Okay, so I think that's most of it unless anybody else has any questions. The last thing I was going to say is I'm doing a special referral program. I just came out with it. I haven't announced it yet. It is probably going to be to where I limit it to people because I'm not going to be able to send out so many samples, but I want to show you what it is. And if it's for you, I have a lot of my customers tell me like, oh my gosh, I want to share it with my friends and family. You know, do you sell your roller bottles? And unfortunately, I don't really sell my roller bottles because I help a lot of people get started with oils and I just do not have enough time in my day to sell the roller bottles. But what I like to do to customers is when you refer people to me or when you're a first new customer, when you do your LRP orders, then I give you like free stuff, a lot of times rollers and stuff like that. But I have one other new option of referrals to where you can get some free stuff. So this is a link that I will be able to send people. So specifically if you're like, oh my gosh, I really want to share these teacher oils. I also have for non-teachers a separate website. It looks exactly like this, but with my other labels that are non-teacher ones. So if you have friends or family that, and I'm really only doing this for people that you really truly think want to learn more about oils and get started. Otherwise, it's literally like I'm paying for shipping, mailing out free rollers with like people who don't care about the oils and are never going to use them. So if you really think that someone wants to learn about oils, it sort of just needs to use it first, this is the program that I would love for you guys to send it to them. And all you have to do is tell them, oh my goodness, I'm loving these oils. Here is a link. You can tell them about my Instagram, and they can follow me on there because that just has a lot more info. They can DM me with any questions. But what this program is basically, you know, they get to, it says, if you ever wanted to learn more about essential oils and how they can help you as a teacher, here's the perfect opportunity. We're opening up a limited amount of sample spots for our free teacher oil education program. So what they get to do is they get to pick 2 roller bottles for free that I'm going to send them. You are going to be the referrer. And as the referrer, if they get started with oils, you're going to get rewarded. So you're going to get either $20 in free oils of your choice from me, or you get $20 worth of roller bottle blends that I'll make you. So if you're like, oh my gosh, I really wanted that anti-aging skincare one, or this one for eczema, or whatever it is, I can make you $20 worth of roller bottles, or I can make you, or give you $20 worth of free essential oils of your choice. And you can do it up to as many people as you want. And if they get started with a kit, then they let me know. It'll tell them down here. So basically they just put in their information. They pick which 2 rollers they want, and then they could tell me other topics they might be interested in, so I can really make sure and only get them information they want to know about. And then they put referred by you, and then I'll have that all in a little system. So when the person gets started, then you get a freebie. So I recently had a lady that has been telling so many of her friends. I literally sent her, my husband keeps saying, oh my gosh, didn't you just send this person a package? And I'm like, she keeps sending me new people. And all of her friends are loving them. I think she sent me like, I don't know, 7 people now that have gotten signed up with oils, and she's gotten so much free stuff from me. And I love it. I love giving her free stuff. She loves it. She's having a baby, so I just made her a bunch of baby rollers. She gets free oils. So if this is something for you and you're like, oh, you know, the business isn't for me, but I absolutely love these oils and I'd love for you to help them get started, and I like free stuff, then this is sort of my referral program. So again, I have it as the teacher one. I have this exact same website, but with my other, you know, cutely labeled roller bottles that are the other style. And yeah, if they want to try it, I'll ship it out to them. All I ask you to do is, you know, share it with them. You know, maybe you can encourage them, tell them why you love them. Because I feel like people really care about other people's testimonials. They don't know me at all. So they really would care, like, what do you think about them? How do you think? And, you know, I can do all the teaching. I can help it. They get all their freebies from me, but then you also get a reward too for sharing oils. And it is awesome. I have to tell you that my favorite thing about doing oils as a business is I love, love, love when people use the oils and they DM me or text me and say, oh my gosh, my kid had a fever, or, you know, my husband had pain, or he had athlete's foot, or whatever it may be, and your oils helped. And I'm like, that is the best feeling ever. So if you're busy and you're like, there's no way this business is for me or whatever, but you love helping people, it's such a blessing because you can bless them. I do all the work for you, and then you get free oil stuff. So it's a great program. So I'm super excited. I'm going to announce it on Instagram, and then I'm going to probably run out of spots because I can only do so many. I actually leave to go to Hawaii with doTERRA next week. So I'm only going to be able to do as much as I can. But I want to let you guys know who jumped on tonight about it first. So if you want to know about it, just DM me or email me, and then I will send you the link. And if you are someone in our group and you didn't sign up underneath me, ask them, and I bet they would do the same kind of referral program and would love to get your people some free rollers and then send you a referral gift too. So we all love doing similar things, but make sure and go through them if you got signed up with someone in our group, and we'll get you freebies too, since we love helping other people with oils. So yeah, I think that was it. I just want to let you guys know about it. Again, DM me. I'll send that to you. I'm still finalizing the one for the non-teacher website. So I'll send you the teacher website tonight if you want it, and the non-teacher one probably tomorrow. I'm going to try to finish that one up tonight. And then I did offer, if you jumped on tonight for the webinar, a free roller bottle. So just DM me if you came on tonight, and then let me know that you watched, and then I will let you know what your choices are for your roller bottle, and I'll send that out in the mail to you. So I really hope you guys are loving your oils and using them. I hope this webinar was helpful to you, so you'll use them more. If you are new on here and you haven't gotten started with oils, if you're someone who found it through my Instagram, DM me. I would love to send you the different kits that you could get started with, see what really your needs are and what would be the best fit for you. Or if you came through someone else in our group, reach out to them and they would love to help you as well. We all have very similar things that we love helping people with. So make sure and go to the person that brought you to this webinar tonight, and you'll get plugged into all those resources that you saw that I showed about, because you're part of our oil community now. So thanks again for jumping on tonight. If you think of another question down the road that you have a question on, just DM me. I'm always on Instagram over at Obsessed with Essentials. I will also have this recorded, so if you have a friend that you know wants to learn about oils and you think this would be helpful to them, I can email them the recording as well. So hope you guys have a great rest of your night. Thanks for jumping on again. I'll talk to you later. Bye.